What is up in the loop, fans? This is the Beard Band coming at you from Frontier City outside of Oklahoma City, where you are greeted by a sign that says, "We don't walk in your bed, please don't walk in ours." Anyway, guys, I'm super excited. It's a brand new park for me. I've been wanting to come here for a long time, so ready to check it out. So you actually enter here through this gift shop. And you actually go this way to get to Diamondback, which is the shuttle loop coaster. And for the first disappointment of the day, it looks like it is closed. And when you walk in from the gift shop, you are greeted by this wonderful Frontier Town looking area. Got this nice little water wheel here. And yeah, it looks like a sort of main street here. Alright, at the end of the main street, at Forks, you can go right. Looks like it takes you over to their dark ride. Got the Fort Frontier. I'm going to go left. I think this is where the coasters are, so I'm going to head this way. It's my first time here. I've always wanted to come here. I've actually passed this place as a kid a couple times, going to visit family, but we never actually got to stop, so I never actually got to ride anything here. So looking forward to it. Looks like there's nobody here, so it should be a fun few hours. All right, so we got some signs here. Wildcat, Silver Bullet, and Steel Lasso are all coasters, and they're all that way. So I'm going to head that way. And this way is the kiddie area. The park's kiddie coaster is called the Wild Kitty. It's an old Herschel ride. And you can't ride it without a kid. So if you're a super nerd like me and you're trying to get a credit, you're going to miss out on this one. Alright, we got a llama. And little baby goats. And a donkey. One of the newer rides here at Frontier City is the Brain Drain, which is, of course, a Larson Looper. And not a roller coaster, but I bet when Six Flags comes, I bet it will be a roller coaster. So one great thing about Frontier City is all of their rides have really great signage. I hope that they keep these signs. I hope that Six Flags doesn't take them down and replace them with tacky signs. Alright, I just got off the Steel Lasso, which is the park's family suspended coaster. It's a Vekoma, but it actually has a different kind of track design than the other ones do. I'd say it's a comparable ride to like your Flying Ace Aerial Chase and those kind of rides, except this one only has a lap bar, so you don't bang your head, which is nice. And following suit with the great ride signs here, we have the sign for Silver Bullet. Who doesn't love a good Schwarzkopf looping coaster? Silver Bullet is really, for all intents and purposes, the park's signature steel coaster. And one of the main reasons why I was excited to come here, because there's a little bit of nostalgia for me, as it is one of the last remaining Looping Star clones. One of which was at Astroworld, which is my home park as a kid. So my first looping coaster was a clone of this coaster. Anyway, it's a whole lot of fun. It's got everything that you would expect from a Schwarzkopf. It's got some nice laterals, as well as a couple little spots that have a little bit of airtime, and of course a wonderful loop. Now, I had heard that this ride was running Grease Lightning trains from Astroworld, but that doesn't seem to be the case, because it's not the same train. The front of it looks different, which I'm a little bit sad about, because I was hoping I'd get to ride the Grease Lightning trains. But anyway, Silver Bullet, fun ride. Frontier City is home to a classic wooden roller coaster called the Wildcat, which is actually relocated here in '91. It was originally built, I believe, in 1967. And it's interesting because it's actually it's got steel supports, so kind of like a ride like the newer rides have them, like some of the newer GCIs have them. But you don't see many old classic wooden roller coasters with steel supports. But yeah, it's a fun ride. It's kind of an out and back layout with a little bit of a figure eight kind of turnaround. And it's got this neat little dip right here. goes right by this this water. It almost kind of reminds me of the thing in Roller Coaster Tycoon, when you could add water splashes to your wooden roller coaster. Kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, it's a fun ride. There's a little bit of air time. It's almost more like tummy time. It's not quite, not very strong, but still fun. Some nice laterals as well. But yeah, it's a good fun classic wooden coaster. One of the best things about Wildcat is how the back end of the ride is really kind of back in the woods. You can't really get a good view of it, but it's actually it's kind of nice back there. And I'm over here by the park's go-karts, where you can see the turnaround of Wildcat, which is actually kind of an odd turnaround, but definitely fun. It's almost a little bit banked, and you actually you get some nice laterals on it. Gotta love the great signs. It's where the chickens exit. Something really neat here at Frontier City is in the queue for Wildcat, which is the park's classic wooden coaster. They have this whole history of roller coasters thing where they showcase a bunch of different rides, you know, from ice slides, first wheeled roller coaster, birthplace of the roller coaster, you know, and they go all the way up to, you know, American Eagle, the Racer, they got Lightning Racer over there, Shivering Timbers, Boulder Dash here, the Beast. I saw El Toro, I saw Hades 360, so it's pretty neat. They got a nice showcase of roller coasters here, kind of paying tribute to a bunch of really famous rides. Fun fact, Zingo at Bell's Amusement Park in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is a now defunct coaster, I have actually ridden that ride. Some other fun ones, we got Baldair from Leesburg, Darling Dragon from Happy Valley, which is the famous Gravity Group High Five coaster. Of course, we have the Phoenix, Son of Beast, Hades 360, Texas Giant, before it was RMC. Of course, we got El Toro and Voyage. Yeah, so pretty nice showcase of rides here. Frontier City is one of the last parks, at least in the US, to my knowledge, to have an operational rotor. If you've never done a rotor before, it's basically you stand in a circle and it spins, and you stick against the wall and the floor drops out below you. Definitely a weird feeling ride. Definitely something you gotta do when you come here. And up on the hill you got some of your classic rides, like of course a Ferris wheel and the antique cars, which are kind of in a neat spot. They look like they go around the hill. Renegade Rapids is of course the park's river rapids ride. Like everything else in this park, the river rapids ride looks very well themed. A little on the slow side though. Well, of course we have your standard fare of a Scrambler. We also have this wacky ride here, which looks closed. Looks like a crazy spinny flippy kind of ride. Themed to guns? We are in Oklahoma. And of course they have a train ride as well. With only 2 cars. This has got to be the best designated smoking area sign. Alright, in the back corner of the park we have some flyers called Winged Warrior. We have a Soaring Eagle zipline, which looks like it's pretty new, judging by the look of the wood. We got some picnic pavilions and this neat old train car, and what appears to be a quarter of a sky coaster. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not really sure. So it appears as though the half-looking sky coaster does actually operate. So apparently, if you build a fraction of the arch, it'll still work. And we got a log flume, and a nice looking carousel, and of course some more frontier town looking buildings. What would a frontier themed theme park be without Quick Draw, which is an old Sally Shooter ride. I think it's one of the older ones because it's got the two-seater cars. And it's got pretty much the same borderline racist theming as the Myrtle Beach one. Unfortunately, my guns didn't work. So there's that. But it was still fun, and it's still better than the cardboard cutouts and the boom blasters. Alright guys, this might be the best attraction in Frontier City. The $7.99 giant refillable beer cup with $3.99 refills all season long at the Fort Frontier. You're looking for a way to get out of the heat? You can come in this giant indoor area with some food and arcade games and, of course, a show. Along the side of the park, next to the parking lot, is Diamondback, which is a unique ride here. You can only find it here and a couple other places. It is an Aero Shuttle Loop coaster. You actually have to walk up a bunch of steps to get up there, and the train does a launch from that side, goes down through the loop, goes up onto this side, and stops, and then actually launches backwards and goes back through the loop. Unfortunately, it's down today, and supposedly it's been down all day, so I'm not holding my breath for this. All right, so I'm up here at the gift shop, and of course you got your standard range of Frontier City shirts. I haven't seen anything coaster specific, but you got a fair share of Frontier City shirts. You got some glasses and mugs here, which are nice. I think my favorite thing is actually this license plate. That's probably what I'm going to get, because I like to get things that I can hang on my wall, because it seems like not a lot of parks have that. And your fair share of little knickknacks. You got some bullets here, and some ornaments. But no coaster shirts. At least I haven't seen any yet. So I haven't really seen any coaster shirts, but if you want fake guns or axes, they pretty much got you covered. If you can read this, you are in range. Yeah, they pretty much got you covered on the guns. So we got the Gunslinger and the Redneck Mailbox, the Redneck Extension Ladder. Cowboy roots run deep. The other thing you will find, of course, being in Oklahoma, is sort of Native American themed merchandise. Got your dream catchers and whatnot over here. Some horns up there. I don't know if you could buy those. But yeah, you know, it's Oklahoma. It's pretty much what you'd expect. Alright, so they do have a Wildcat shirt. And that's it. Doesn't even say Frontier City on it. But it says Wildcat. Alright, at least this one gives you coaster names. No pictures, but it's got names. So that may be a shirt I end up getting. Alright, they do have a Silver Bullet shirt. So that's probably what I'm going to get right there. Wish they had more coaster shirts, though. That about does it for me here at Frontier City. It's got a lot of nice theming, and it's got a decent collection of rides for what you would expect for a small park. Definitely has some unique rides and really a unique coaster collection. I'd say none of the coasters here are necessarily anything to write home about, but if you're a fan of parks with odd coaster collections, this is one to check out. You know, you have this Aero Shuttle Loop when it runs. You have an old Schwarzkopf that's the only model of its kind left in the U.S., which is the Looping Star model. You have a Vekoma suspended family coaster that's different from the other ones. You have an old classic wooden coaster, which is a lot of fun. They got a couple unique flat rides as well, and an old Sally Shooter ride. So all in all, you know, it's a nice little park. This park did recently get bought, at least the leasing rights got bought by Six Flags. So this is actually the last year. This is 2018, July of 2018 that I'm here. This is actually the last year that this park will operate as on its own as Frontier City. It used to be a Six Flags park, and now it is actually going to be a Six Flags park again. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of changes are made. If they change names and themes of rides, or if they leave everything pretty much the same. But, you know, it's definitely a fun little park. I had fun here. I probably won't be back until they build a big new ride. But we'll see. Alright guys, that about does it for me here today at Frontier City. Be sure to like and subscribe to In the Loop on YouTube for more theme park videos. Follow In the Loop on all social media and listen to the In the Loop podcast. From Frontier City, this is the Beard Man, and I'll see you guys next time.